This conference will now be recorded.
So tell me guys, what is cloud? Any answers if you're aware of it?
Cloud is nothing but an infrastructure facility that is provided by service provider, wherein we can host our applications.
Can you please repeat it?
Infrastructure facility.
Infrastructure facility. Oh, okay, yeah. Great. Okay.
To place our applications onto the cloud, where the service provider will maintain the, will take the maintenance of our application. Let's say, kind of patching, maintenance activities, everything. Whatever we have the applications on premise, the same activities can be maintained by cloud vendor, cloud service provider.
Oh, great answer.
Or else storing the data in cloud.
Okay, storage. Any other answers? Okay. So, a cloud is basically a kind of a data center where you access the servers through application and applications through internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. Okay, so cloud, yes, as on-premises, cloud is also a data center which contains the infrastructure, servers, networking, internet, security, cooling fans, everything. But it was owned by someone else. Here it can be AWS. And you access the servers or you access the cloud through internet because you don't own it. It was owned by someone else here. And how do you access their data centers? Through internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. And if you are accessing the application or the database or the storage or the servers, anything in the cloud, it's called cloud computing. So if you're accessing the compute power or the storage or the applications in the cloud, it's called cloud computing. Okay, so now we will see what are the benefits of cloud. Why cloud? Why actually we are moving to cloud? Why organizations are moving to cloud? So for that, let me just compare our cloud with on-prem, on-premises environment, traditional environment. Okay, so if you want to start a business, it can be any type of a business. What is the first thing which is required for you if you want to start a business? It can be a clothes business also. I'm not asking about the software company and all. No. If you want to start any business, what is the first thing which is required?
Physical space.
Sorry? Physical space. Okay.
Cost.
Money.
Register your business with regulatory authorities.
Okay. It will come into it. Okay. Okay. So if you want to start a business, first of all, you should have money, capital investment. And then, yes, you just go for the place and then you give some sort of protocols or the rules and regulations, whatever it may be. And then you go forward with this. Now, if I want to start a company, of course, I need a capital investment for what? For infrastructure, which contains my servers. To keep the servers, I need a building, or if it is a big, it's called a data center. You need networking, you need internet, cooling fans to maintain, and most importantly, you need an expert to manage the whole infrastructure, so on and so forth. You need the whole infrastructure. or you need to invest in the whole infrastructure before you start your business. And then your clients will come to you with a requirement and you hire people, get laptops and all later in point of time. But before you start your business, first of all, you have to invest in a lot of things. But if you go for cloud, I said cloud is a data center which is already there and was owned by someone else here. So if you already have a data center, do you think you need to investment? Do you think you need to invest? That means in the cloud, you have zero capital investment. You need not worry about investing anything in the cloud. Isn't it? So how do I pay? It's exactly like electricity bill. For example, if you're using a server, do you want to use it for an hour, for a week, a month, or a year? It's up to you. And you would be paying for what exactly you're using. You will have only operational cost. If you use a light, a fan for a few days, the same way, if you use a server for a few days, you would be charged accordingly. Okay, so the first point is you need not worry about the capital investment, and you'll have only operational cost. Of course, to access it through internet, again, of course, you pay as you go pricing. Now, for example, I have started my business in 2018 and I have 2 servers for my employees. I have 1K employees. So I estimated that by 2019, I would be getting 1,000 more, and I have bought 2 more servers before I enter into 2019. The same way, in 19, I estimated that I would be getting 1,000 more, and I have bought 2 more servers for them before 2020 started. But whatever may be the reason, if you take a real-time example, due to COVID or not, my business stopped growing. But I have bought the servers, estimated that I would be getting more employees. What will happen to my servers? Aren't they idle? Underutilization of the servers would be happening, but you would have spent lakhs of rupees to get the servers. There is no revenue out of it. But in the cloud, you can actually spin a server in minutes. I mean it. You can just give the requirement and you can create a server in minutes. So if your employees are coming tomorrow, you can actually create a server before night, today night. Of course, you have to set a lot of things on top of it. That is the reason you can create today night and you can just give access to them tomorrow. Usually I'll explain with examples. So, I just feel it will be better understand. Another example. Whatever it may be the year, I have 2 servers as of now for my employees. I'm expecting interns, maybe 500 people. So I have bought a server for them. And this internship will be there up to for 3 to 6 months. What will happen to my server after 3 to 6 months? Again, the same story. They would be idle. I have to wait for other employees to use this. Till that time, it would be underutilized. But in the cloud, whenever you want it, you can create it. If you don't want it, you can terminate it. That means we have flexibility in the cloud. When you want it, you are using it, you are getting revenue. When you don't want it, you terminate it, you are saving the cost, which is possible in the cloud. Another example. Let's take, I want to deploy this application in on-prem, well-known application, Netflix. I estimated the number of servers in such a way that from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Basically, this is office hours. Some people will be there still to watch, and some people may work. I may need 3 servers for my users. I'm just estimating it, and it's an example. After 6 p.m. till 1 a.m., so people are done with office, they'll just go home, relax, and they may watch movies. The number of users may increase. At this point of time, I will have more users. I may need 2 more servers, 5 servers at this time. Till 1 a.m., especially guys, they'll sleep at 1 a.m. only. Just kidding. So after 1 a.m. till 9 a.m., basically sleeping time, and you may need to get ready to office and all, the number of users may be less. I'm just talking about a particular country. So I just need 1 server because I just have very less users at this time. Now, ideally, guys, please go on mute if you're not talking to avoid some background disturbance. Ideally, if I want to host this application in on-prem, how many servers I need?
Five servers always.
Absolutely. You just need 5 servers. If I can just draw a graph over a period of time, the number of users or the servers are actually varying. And if you see here in this example, I may need 5 servers because maximum I need 5. For
So
some
here,
reason, if, I
yeah, I
have
have a
not
doubt.
able to come
Sorry to
to this.
interrupt you.
Mhm.
If you see the trend, you are increasing and decreasing the servers, right? So, is it
Yes.
not really difficult to switch the applications among these servers? Is it so flexible
No.
enough?
See, I don't switch off and switch on. No, I don't do it. See, this is my estimation, but whether I use it or not, I will have 5 servers. I will not switch off. That is what the no the what is it called, limitation on-prem, right? That's what I'm trying to discuss. See, in on-prem, you cannot switch off and switch on whenever you want it. So keeping your mind, keeping the number of users in mind, you should be getting 5 servers, even if you're using or not. For example, yes, I need 5 servers. At this time, these 2 servers would be underutilized. At this time, 4 servers are underutilized. That's what I'm talking about. And how do we can overcome in cloud? That's what I have not completed this example.
Got
Yeah.
you. Got you.
So for some reason, even if the number of users increases, organizations will try to get 1 more server to maintain the number of users, because this part where the organizations are actually answerable to the clients, because if the client application was posted, of course they have to maintain the number of servers which is required. But if you see here, if you get 6 servers, like for example, at this time many servers are underutilized. These are some of the pain points which organization will not tell to their employees. And if you have bought 5 servers, and if the number of users go beyond, this part is basically the overutilization. Overutilization doesn't mean that the servers will go beyond and utilize more. It is just that the servers will stop responding. If you can see below the line, below this dotted line, above this graph, this is underutilization. And below the graph, this is complete utilization. Okay, so to maintain the number of servers, yes, maybe I will not get just 3 or 5 or 1, I'll get 5 in this scenario. Yeah, but in the cloud, what I will do, according to the number of users, I can actually increase my servers and decrease my servers in the cloud. we have a service called auto scaling group, where automatically, so maybe I just need 3 servers, okay, 3. Now I want 2 more, okay, plus 2, it'll add. Now I just need only 1, okay, minus 4. You can actually increase and decrease the number of servers automatically. And again, justifying pay as you go pricing. So if you want 3, okay, you're paying for 3. You want 5, okay, you're paying for 5. You want 1, okay, you're paying for only 1. But if you just deploy this application on-prem, you would be paying for 5 servers, whether you use it or not. So let me introduce 2 more terms, which is scalability and elasticity. Whenever you want it, you can actually scale it from 3 to 5, and whenever you don't want it, you can shrink back. It's like a rubber band. So whenever you want it, you can go and expand it. If you don't want, just leave it, it shrink backs. Any questions now? I'll not trouble you with much examples. 2 more, that's it. So if you don't have it, I mean, if you're silent, I assume that you have understood. Yeah. So let's take, I have started my business in 2010 and I have 1 server. In 2011, I have 2. By 2020, I have 20 to 25 servers. A server lifespan would be 3 to 4 years maximum. You can still extend to 6 to 7 years, but the performance of the server will go down. Okay, so let me just take this, and I would be refreshing my server for every 3 to 4 years. So maybe in 2013 or 14, I would be changing or refreshing this server. The first comes with the capital investment. Again, I have to invest in the server, new server. And second thing is, after 2014, every year, I would be in a constant repetition of changing or the refreshing the previous year's servers. But in the cloud, you can actually concentrate on your core business instead of maintaining data center operations, because you don't own the servers here. No, the cloud service provider will be managing it. So they will take care of all this refreshing and all. You can just concentrate on your business, how to expand to clients and all. Or if you're a product-based company, how to develop a product. Okay, so another benefit is you can actually concentrate on your core business. The last one, go global in minutes. Let's take, I'm in India and I have started a business. Everything was well established and I want to expand globally. Maybe I want to start with US. So what do? I'll go to US. Of course, I have to look for a place. And then I may need to follow the same strategy to business. So the same story, like I have to get the infrastructure, servers, everything. And then you can start your business. But in the cloud, because the cloud service provider here have their infrastructure globally, you can actually just switch the country and you can just deploy the application wherever you are. So being here, you can actually start your business in other countries. You can actually go global in minutes. You can just switch that particular country and you can deploy as you have done in India. At least to travel from India to US, it will take hours, right? No, but if you want to deploy, it just take minutes. Okay, so these are some of the main benefits why everyone is attracted to cloud, why organizations are moving, with them we are moving. Any questions so far?
So let's say as an organization, if I want to move from on-premise to cloud, are there any limitations for the countries? In some of the countries, we see that there are limitations that the data center should be in their country, not outside of the country. So, are there any list of countries who are still preventing these kind of mechanism from moving on-premise to cloud?
China. We cannot access China regions, you know. So it is not specifically any country and all. For example, you say you take US. You have some sort of see, we in AWS we call it as regions instead of countries. Okay, so region basically they will establish in a particular geographical area. So usually they'll cover some sort of place, some geographical area in a particular country. Okay, so you have government regions because AWS was started in US only. Okay, so you have some sort of government regions where you don't have access to normal people. Okay, one thing. Second thing is, if your client is not having any issues moving their data to other country, then fine. If he is having an issue, if the client is having an issue moving to other countries, then you are not supposed to do that. And almost all the countries we have AWS regions. Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that AWS is having data centers across the globe and in each and every country.
Yes, AWS is having their data centers globally. Yes, it has.
Okay, let me set you the
See, for
context
example,
because
okay, see, let's take India.
yeah,
Huh. So Indian government is want to use cloud. And in India, we have a region or the data center which we're talking in Mumbai. Okay. So their whole data is not supposed to cross Mumbai region. That's what the condition of the Indian government, because Indian government is a client to US. I mean, sorry, to AWS. Yeah, please ask.
yeah. Actually, when I look at some of the African countries, I heard that they are not willing to move to AWS cloud because from their regions they have a limitation that they should not store the data outside of the country. So because of these
That's what.
limitations, I
That's
think
what. That's what. That's what. See, if they don't have the region in that particular area, then and if the client is not accepting for that, yes, they can't. These are exceptions.
okay, okay,
So they have their AWS data centers in almost 194 countries.
okay.
I mean, in that particular, I mean, they have the customers in 194 countries. And they are serving millions of customers as of now. Yes, there will be some sort of instructions, I mean, sorry, exceptions. It all depends on client. Maybe the client, let's take an example of Indian government. Maybe they are not ready to do that.
Yeah, actually, my question is answered. I think in the interest of people's time, we can proceed further. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Depends on use case. Any more questions? Okay, fine. So now we'll see the contents of our training book, what is the objectives and all everything. Yeah. So now I hope you understood what is cloud, why we are actually learning the cloud, which is AWS especially. Yeah. So let me just go to the course objective. So this course is basically for the people who want to prepare for AWS Solutions Architect Associate exam, where you will get the hands-on experience and It will enable you to successfully pass any technical interviews. So guys, I do have 5 years of experience in AWS. I'm internationally certified in cloud computing, which is in a business school which is collaborated with IIT Chicago, USA. And recently I got promoted to AWS accredited educator. I mean, officially from AWS. Okay. And what I can assure is that people who take training from me can definitely crack the interview. I'll tell you why I'm just saying that. Because I'm already working, I would have attended multiple interviews. I know what they ask. Because I'm already working, we will also hire some people into our team where we would take interview. We'll also ask the same questions. So wherever you go, you'll have some core, they expect some core services for knowledge, which we will be covering in the training. So that is the reason I assure that they will crack the interview 100%. I'm not even telling a 1% less, 100%. Of course, you're supposed to follow my protocols. I'll tell you what are they later. And you can get ready for the actual job duties. And what are the roles and responsibilities as a solutions architect? Meet up with the clients, because we are actually talking about the cloud infrastructure. We'll be talking to the clients, understanding the requirements and the pain points. Think how we can actually leverage the cloud services to solve the problems. Build a solution of the architecture, present to the client, and if you are new to AWS, you may get engaged to solution deployment. Or if you're a senior, you would be guiding your team. For any one of it, you should be having knowledge. And how do we proceed? Topic by topic, service by service. First, we'll start with the theory of the lab, and then we'll make sure that we have quiz for each and every service, and then the guided practice. So, what are my protocols? You are supposed to do the assignments which I would be giving, because I'm assuring that yes, my students will get a job. That means whatever I teach, you will be getting the material, and whatever the hands-on which I do in the class, you will be doing it as an assignment. So by the end of the training, you would be having the material as well as the hands-on assignments with you, so that after a few days, if you're going for interview, you can actually refer them and you can go directly. And if you're going for interview, my training is more than enough. And you see the feedback which I got from the students, that the interviewer will not believe that he or she is a fresher when they're taking interview. Okay, so I would give a good real-time experience. So why become AWS certified? These certifications are becoming more in demand day by day. Yes. So AWS came to India in 2016. So the number of users are actually increasing. And I'll tell you one more thing. In May 2019, AWS has added 2 more data centers in Mumbai region, telling that the number of users in India is increasing. Yeah. And salary survey shows that AWS certified solutions architect associate salary average at 120K plus. And AWS is growing massively and is leading the public cloud space, which creates high demand for solutions architect associates. And we have different cloud service providers, not just AWS. But why AWS? Because it has the highest market share in the world. Excuse me. And the architect role itself gives you the opportunity to be creative and the exposure to consulting and pre-sale roles. And coming to the contents, so if you want a detailed in contents, you can just check with SSB team, they'll forward you. But let me just give you a glance here. So we'll start with the cloud, the basics. So we have already seen what is cloud and cloud computing and advantage also. And then we'll be just going to the types of cloud computing based on the service or the deployment models. And then we'll jump into AWS. We'll just see how it started, when it started, the history of it, how AWS started, and the basic terminology which you understand. and we will be making sure we create an AWS account because we are supposed to do the hands-on. And then I'll start with the services, the actual services like EC2, and we will be doing the lab. And we have EBS. I'm just reading very fast because I don't think it's relevant to you right now. And we have EBS where we will be doing the lab also. And EBS is like a volume, and EFS is a different volume, and we will be doing the hands-on. And we have S3. It's like storage for internet, like a Google Drive where you can just upload whatever file you want it. And we will be doing how to create and all. And we'll just move to the virtual private cloud. It's basically creating a network in the cloud. This is very important and complicated. So where you'll be doing as a project one. Yeah. And then we will see what are the database services from AWS. We have RDS for relational database. We have DynamoDB for non-relational. We have Elastic Cache for cache. And we have Redshift for warehouse. And then we will see the Route 53, which is basically creating a domain names like we have GoDaddy. Like we have GoDaddy, where we can create the domain names. In AWS, we can also create in AWS with the help of Route 53 service. And we have IAM, which is basically the authentication. So if you have some set of team in your project, you can give a specific permissions to a specific people. That can be done with the help of IAM, authentication. And then we have security management. Of course, if you have your data in the cloud, you need to take care of the security. Okay, so we will be discussing about the Trusted Advisor, Cloudflare, and CloudWatch, where you can actually manage the security. And we have integration services where one service will be integrated with other service. If you want to know what exactly happening in your service, you can get notified to your mail with the help of the services. And we have elastic load balancer and auto scaling group. So when we are actually talking about the Netflix example, so I just spoke about the auto scaling, right? So we'll try to do it as a project too, the same way. According to the requirement, you can actually increase and decrease. We'll just do it as a project too. And the last module, basically, we'll be discussing about the other services at a high level description, like Lambda, FSX, and all. And coming to the certifications, we have Cloud Practitioner under the Foundational. We have Solutions Architect, Developer, and SysOps under the Associate. And this Solutions Architect is basically our course now, which we are discussing. And we have Solutions Architect again and DevOps in Professional. And we have some specialization certifications also, like networking, security, machine learning, database, data analytics, and Alexa Skill Builder. So if I want to start with AWS, what is my first certificate? AWS Solutions Architect Associate will be your first certificate. One second, let me just share your screen again. So if you can see here, these are the certificates which we are talking about actually. Okay, so in Cloud Practitioner, if you just know what exactly is what service will do what, yes, you can actually easily crack the practitioner one. And in Associate, we have Solutions Architect, SysOps, and Developer. And in Associate, and in Professional, we have Solutions Architect again, where you will be knowing in and out of each and every service. And we have Dev and Ops in the Professional one, and we have specializations also. Okay, so if you want to start with AWS, it is not just me. AWS itself is telling that you're supposed to go for this as your first certificate. If I can exclude the practitioner, because you may not get recognized just by doing the practitioner. But if you are very new to IT, if you're a fresher, then I would recommend to go for the practitioner first. Once you gain confidence, you can go for the solutions architect associate. And once you're done with associate, I mean, I'll tell you why AWS would recommend to go for associate. It is just that in this certification or the training, you will be understanding what exactly AWS is. It's like going to a general doctor. And then you can go for the heart specialist or if you have any specific kind of interest. So if you're already working in networking, you can actually go from solutions architect associate to networking certification directly. Or if you're already into security or in the databases or big data or machine learning. But if you want to expand yourself to solutions architect professional, yes, you can move like this also. Or if you are a developer, then from once you're done with the architect, you can move to developer. If you are into admin, then sysops. Obviously, if you do any one of it, you will be doing the DevOps part. Any questions so far? Understood?
Does AWS support all kind of integration methods to connect with different applications? I mean, MuleSoft, SOA.
You know what? MuleSoft uses AWS only. That's a backend to create servers and all. One of my
Okay.
friend is working in MuleSoft. Yes. So others, I see only one person's asking. I mean, if you don't have any questions, it might be of two reasons. One is you have understood everything, or you have not understood anything. I hope it's the first one. Just kidding, guys. So yeah, if you don't have any questions, we'll wind up the call. Yeah, hello. Bye bye.
Thank you. It's very informative.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for joining.